Deep within a forgotten land, the forest of Aeon slumbered. Ancient trees, gnarled and wise, stood sentinel. They whispered secrets on the wind, tales of a power long lost. This was the key of Aeon, a relic of immense power. It held dominion over time itself. Legend told of a time of chaos. Time twisted, fractured, reality unraveling. The key used to shatter the world. Then silence. The key vanished. Aeon healed, but the memory lingered. A warning echoed in the rustling leaves. For generations, the tale of the key was just that, a story. A campfire tale to ward off the darkness. But the forest held its secrets close. Deep within its heart, something stirred. An ancient magic responding to an unknown call. The time had come for the key to resurface. The fate of Aeon and perhaps all of existence hung in the balance. The whispers on the wind grew stronger, carrying a sense of urgency. The world held its breath, bracing for the storm. Drawn by destiny, 4 heroes emerged from the mists. Arya, the skilled ranger, her heart connected to the forest. Kale, the stoic warrior, bearing the scars of battles past. Lyra, the enigmatic sorceress, her magic a flickering flame. And Ronan, the cunning rogue, his past shrouded in shadow. Each bore their own burdens, each sought their own answers. Fate had woven their paths together. The whispers of Aeon called to them. A shared destiny awaited. Their journey began at the forest's edge. A sense of purpose settled over them. They moved as one, their steps light despite the weight of their mission. The forest welcomed them, paths opened before them, the whispers grew stronger, guiding them deeper. They were not alone. The eyes of Aeon watched. Ancient spirits, guardians of the forest, observed their progress. Their fate and the fate of Aeon were now intertwined. The heroes pressed onward, their resolve hardening with each step. They were ready to face whatever lay ahead. Days turned into weeks as they journeyed. The forest tested them. Its dangers were many. The dense canopy above blocked out the sun, casting eerie shadows that danced with every step they took. The air was thick with the scent of moss and earth, and the sounds of unseen creatures echoed around them. Creatures of shadow and myth crossed their path. Some were merely curious, while others were far more menacing. Yet they persevered. Each encounter, whether with a beast of legend or a fleeting shadow, only served to strengthen their resolve. Their bond grew stronger with each challenge overcome. They learned to rely on one another, to trust in their combined strength. Around campfires, they shared stories and laughter, forging a camaraderie that would see them through the darkest of times. The whispers led them ever deeper towards the heart of Aeon. These whispers, ancient and enigmatic, seemed to guide their every step, pulling them towards an unknown destiny. The energy there was palpable. It thrummed beneath their feet and shimmered in the air around them, a constant reminder of the ancient power that lay hidden within the forest. Ancient magic pulsed in the very air. It was as if the forest itself was alive, watching, waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets. They reached a clearing, bathed in an ethereal light. The light was soft, almost otherworldly, casting a serene glow over everything it touched. In the center stood a crumbling temple. Its once grand structure now lay in ruins, overtaken by nature's relentless march. Its stones, etched with forgotten runes, hummed with power. These runes, though ancient, seemed to pulse with a life of their own, a testament to the temple's enduring magic. This was the source of the whispers, the very heart of the forest's mystery, calling out to them with an irresistible pull, the resting place of the key. This key, ancient and powerful, was said to hold the fate of Aeon within its grasp. The air crackled with anticipation. Every breath they took was filled with the promise of what was to come. The heroes exchanged glances, a silent conversation passing between them. They knew the gravity of the moment, the importance of the task at hand. They had come so far, faced so much. Each step of their journey had been fraught with peril, but also with moments of triumph and discovery. Now the moment of truth was upon them. The culmination of their journey, the point where all their efforts would be tested. Taking a collective breath, they stepped forward. Each step was deliberate, filled with purpose and determination. The temple seemed to sigh as they approached. It was as if the ancient structure recognized their presence, acknowledging their arrival, as if awakening from a long slumber. The very stones seemed to shift and breathe, coming alive with the energy of ages past. The very air vibrated with power, almost overwhelming. It was a force that both awed and humbled them, a reminder of the ancient magic they were about to confront. They were at the heart of the mystery, the center of the forest's enchantment where all paths converged. The key to their destiny lay within those crumbling walls. It was the culmination of their quest, the object that would determine the fate of Aeon. The weight of their responsibility settled upon them. They felt the enormity of their task, the burden of the destiny they were about to shape. The fate of Aeon rested on their shoulders. With a final, resolute breath, they prepared to face the challenge that awaited them, knowing that their actions would echo through the annals of history. The temple embraced them with a cold, ancient touch. Its walls, weathered by time, whispered secrets of a bygone era. The air was thick with the scent of moss and decay, a testament to the centuries it had stood untouched by the outside world. Dust and silence reigned within its halls. Every step they took echoed through the vast emptiness, a reminder of the temple's long-forgotten glory. Cobwebs hung like delicate curtains, swaying gently in the still air. Yet, the heroes could feel a presence, a power that watched and waited. It was as if the very stones of the temple were alive, pulsating with an ancient energy. The air crackled with anticipation, hinting at the mysteries that lay hidden within. They moved cautiously, their senses on high alert. Every creak and groan of the ancient structure set their hearts racing. They knew that one wrong step could awaken the temple's dormant defenses, or worse, unleash the unknown forces that guarded the key. Each shadow seemed to writhe, every corner promised danger. The darkness was almost tangible, pressing in on them from all sides. It was as if the temple itself was testing their resolve, challenging them to prove their worth. The air grew heavy, the silence deafening. It was a silence that spoke volumes, filled with the weight of countless untold stories. The tension was palpable, a constant reminder of the stakes of their quest. They reached the inner sanctum, a circular chamber, its ceiling open to the sky. Moonlight streamed in, casting an ethereal glow on the ancient stones. It was a place of power, a sacred space that had witnessed countless rituals and ceremonies. In the center, upon a pedestal of weathered stone, lay the key. It was a sight to behold, a relic of unimaginable significance. The pedestal itself was adorned with intricate carvings, telling the story of the key's creation and its guardians. It was smaller than they had imagined, a simple, unassuming object that held the fate of the world in its grasp. Its size belied its power, a reminder that true strength often comes in the most unexpected forms. Unassuming, yet radiating an undeniable power. The key of Aeon. Its glow was mesmerizing, a beacon of hope in the darkness. It seemed to hum with energy, a silent promise of the power it contained. A multifaceted crystal pulsing with a light that seemed to shift and change. It was as if the key was alive, responding to their presence. Each pulse was a heartbeat, a reminder of the life force that flowed through it. It beckoned them, whispering promises of unimaginable power. The air around it seemed to shimmer, filled with the echoes of ancient incantations. It was a call they could not ignore, a destiny they could not escape. A sense of awe washed over them. The stories were true. Every legend, every myth they had heard was real. They were standing at the crossroads of history, holding the key to the future in their hands. The legends whispered for generations were real. The tales of heroes and gods, of battles fought and won, all led to this moment. They were part of a story that spanned millennia, a legacy that would shape the world for ages to come. This small, unassuming object held the power to control time itself. It was a responsibility that weighed heavily on their shoulders. They knew that with great power came great responsibility, and the fate of the world rested in their hands. The weight of their responsibility intensified. They were not just adventurers, they were guardians of the key. Their actions would determine the course of history, and they could not afford to fail. They had found the key, but their journey was far from over. The true test lay ahead, a challenge that would push them to their limits. They had to prove themselves worthy of the key's power, and the path to that worthiness was fraught with peril. The true test lay before them. They steeled themselves for the trials to come, knowing that their journey had only just begun. The key of time had awakened, and with it their destiny. As their hands clasped the key, time shattered. The ancient artifact, imbued with untold power, was the catalyst for a cataclysmic event that no one could have foreseen. The world dissolved around them, a kaleidoscope of moments past and future. Every second, every memory, every possibility blended into a chaotic swirl of existence. The heroes, caught in the vortex, were flung through the currents of time. They were no longer bound by the linear progression of moments, but instead tossed about in a tempest of temporal chaos. Each experienced their own personal torment. The weight of their past mistakes and the dread of their uncertain futures bore down on them with relentless force. Visions of past regrets, future fears, all flashed before their eyes. Every decision they had ever made, every path they had not taken, played out in vivid detail. The key, reacting to their emotions, pulsed erratically. It was as if the artifact itself was alive, feeding off their fear and uncertainty, growing stronger with each passing moment. Time buckled under the strain. The very concept of past, present and future began to lose meaning as the boundaries between them blurred and twisted. The very fabric of reality began to unravel. The world they knew was fragmenting, breaking apart into a chaotic storm of temporal disturbances. The forest of Aeon, once a place of peace and tranquility, became a chaotic battleground of shifting landscapes and temporal anomalies. Trees that had stood for centuries were uprooted and replaced by ancient ruins or futuristic structures. Creatures from forgotten eras stalked through the fractured timelines. Dinosaurs roamed alongside futuristic robots, and mythical beasts prowled the shadows. The air crackled with temporal energy, threatening to tear the world asunder. Every breath they took was filled with the electric charge of impending doom. The heroes, separated and disoriented, struggled to regain their footing. The ground beneath them shifted and changed, making every step a battle against the chaos. Each confronted their own demons, their own past failures and future anxieties. The temporal cataclysm forced them to face the darkest parts of themselves. The key, a beacon of chaotic energy, pulsed erratically, amplifying their fears and doubts. It was both a source of power and a harbinger of destruction. The fate of Aeon, and perhaps all of existence, hung precariously in the balance. Every moment was a tipping point, every decision a potential end or beginning. The heroes, their resolve tested like never before, had to find a way to master the key's power and restore balance to the fractured timelines. They had to learn to control the chaos, to bend it to their will. The fate of the world rested on their shoulders. They were the last hope, the only ones who could prevent the complete collapse of reality. Their journey was far from over, but they knew that they had the strength to see it through.